Leonard Stephen Vole, did you or did you not, on the night of October the 14th last, murder Emily Jane French?
I did not.
Thank you, that will be all.
What is up, folks? Welcome to another episode, Nerds at Night. I am your main nerd, Blake. Money Blake Weather. We're going to get into another murder mystery by the one, the only, Agatha Christie. This is witness for the prosecution. I don't know a whole bunch about this other than they still do this theater play in England in a live courtroom. Yeah, it's supposed to be incredible. It's supposed to have a lot of twists and turns. It's supposed to be like one of the best murder mysteries of all time. And we're going to be watching the one that came out in 1957 because apparently that is the best rendition of this that's been brought to film. I know a lot of people don't watch black and white movies. I don't go out of my way to go do it, even though one of my favorite movies is a black and white movie. It's Casablanca. However, when it comes to murder mystery, you know your boy got to get out there in the streets and go do it. So let's get into it. But also, before we do that, let us remember our rules for solving a murder mystery. What are those rules? We have to have suspects. We have to have clues. We have to have motive, opportunity, and of course, within here as a bonus, number 5, we will have red herrings. Keep a sharp look for all of those things as they happen. Who could have done it? Who would have had time to do it? Who would have had the opportunity to get to the murder weapon of whoever was murdered? We know that there's a murder in here. And I know that there is a murder in here because I don't always do this, but I wanted to do this as a reaction video, but I didn't realize I wanted to do it as a reaction video till I got about 30 minutes into it. So without further ado, I'm going to kick it off. Here's the recap of what you missed to get you caught up with where we're going. Okay, let's catch you up. This is Sir Wilfred Robarts. He just got out of the hospital after having a heart attack and a coma, and he despises his nurse.
Shall I roll up the window?
Just roll up your mouth. You talk too much.
He's come back to his house, which is technically his law firm, and his workers are happy to have him back. But he's basically Scrooge and be bah humbugging everybody.
What's the matter with you?
Nothing. I'm just happy that you're your old self again.
Any more sentimentality around here, I shall instantly go back to the hospital.
His new best friend, the nurse, says he was actually kicked out of the hospital for being a Scrooge. He misses practicing law, but all he's got on the table are boring cases since he can't take on cases that are too stress-inducing.
They've deprived me of everything. Alcohol, tobacco, female companionship. If only they let me function on my work and something worthwhile.
Sorry, Sir Wilfred.
Might as well get a bigger box, more mothballs, put me away too.
The nurse tells him it's nap time, but he don't like that.
Are you aware, Miss Plimsoll, that while in my sickbed I seriously considered strangling you with one of your own rubber tubes?
She also knows he's been hiding booze and cigars, and she has to lock that shit down.
I'm confiscating these.
Can't I have just one?
No. Upstairs.
Good news is he's got a new lift to help him go up and down the stairs, and now he's happy. Look at him go, like a kid with a new toy on Christmas. But the fun is short-lived when a buddy of his brings him a new case, but he has to give him the skinny about his condition. The nurse reminds him what time it is.
You're dawdling again.
Oh, shut up. Try me again someday when you've something not too stimulating, like a postman bitten by a stray dog.
On his way up, he sees the homie came with that good, so he decides this is his chance to get some puffs in without the nurse knowing. She definitely chases him down, though.
Wilfred,
You go ahead. Start it without me.
We find out Mr. Mayhew is bringing in Mr. Vole, who's a prime suspect in a murder that just happened. He wants to speak with Mr. Vole, but first...
Give me a match.
I'm sorry, I never carry them.
What? You said I'd like him.
But I do have a lighter.
You're quite right, Mayhew. I do like him.
Wilfred gets Mr. Vole's brief side of the story and hears his concerns about going to jail, but he has to break the news.
I may have done something highly unethical. I've taken your cigar and I'm not taking your case. I can't. I'm forbidden. My doctors would never allow it.
He recommends his homie, Brogan Moore, who works in the firm with him. While they are waiting for Brogan, Mr. Voles tells him a bit about his life and lack of career, but says he's an inventor of kitchen appliances.
But my best is really this egg beater. You see, it not only beats the egg, but it also separates the yolk from the white.
Is that really desirable?
If you were a housewife, Sir Wilfred, you'd see it right away.
He then gets into the story of how he met the victim, Miss French. He says he met her strolling and window shopping and bumped into her again at the movies. They then started a friendship and hung out weekly. Wilfred seems to think that Miss French was in love with Mr. Vole.
Why didn't you tell her you were a married man?
I did tell her.
You never took your wife along when you went there, did you?
No, I didn't.
Why not?
Well, because...
Because what?
Because Mrs. French was under the impression Christine and I didn't get along too well.
Is that true?
No, we love each other.
Mr. Vole says he just wanted to see if Miss French would loan him money for his egg beater business. Wilfred then breaks out into lawyer superpower mode and starts to grill Mr. Vole while reflecting sunlight from his monocle.
You must believe me. You do believe me, don't you?
I do now, but I wasn't sure.
He tells him things look real bad since he doesn't have a hard alibi and no witnesses to back him up. Brogan comes in and Wilfred fills him in on the case.
There's a mass of circumstantial evidence, no alibi whatsoever. It's a hot potato. Tossing it right into your lap.
Much obliged.
He tells him at this point there's not a motive he can find. That's when Brogan tells him in the papers it was revealed the dead Miss French left $80K to Mr. Vole. He said he had no idea, and now he's real excited. But now he realizes that that's a big motive against him. The cops come and take Mr. Vole to jail. As they take him away, Wilfred and Brogan talk over how hard the case is going to be.
The prosecution will blast him with their heaviest artillery. All you'll have is one little pop gun, an alibi furnished by his wife. Isn't that an intriguing challenge?
I think I'd like it more if it was less of a challenge and less intriguing.
Wilfred is off to finally nap.
Miss Plimsoll, how alluring you look, waiting like a hangman on the scaffold. Take me, I'm yours.
But not so fast, because Miss Vole walks into the law firm ready to figure out what's going to happen with her husband. He informs Miss Vole that Brogan will lead the case, and for health reasons, he can't.
Is it perhaps that this cause is too hopeless?
Wilfred is still thinking about the case, all while the nurse is getting things ready for his nap, but he's not quite ready to let this go. He sits in on Brogan and Miss Vole chatting about what she knows that could help. He then tries his monocle Cyclops superpower, but Miss Vole shuts that shit down real quick.
There. Isn't that more comfortable for you?
And that's where we are now. Now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the reaction video for the rest of this movie.
Isn't that what he wants me to say?
Isn't it the truth?
What happened, bro?
Of course. But when I told it to the police, I do not think they believed me.
Maybe it's because she was sassy. That's why nobody understands her.
Mrs. Vole, whatever your gambit may be, do you know that under British law you cannot be called to give testimony damaging to your husband?
He is not my husband.
What? What?
The fuck did you just say?
Leonard and I went through a form of marriage in Hamburg, but I had a husband living at the time somewhere in East Germany in the Russian zone. You want to know too much. Auf Wiedersehen, gentlemen.
Bro, she's sassy pants.
You're a very remarkable woman, Mrs. Vole.
And you're satisfied, I hope?
Wow.
I'm damned if I'm satisfied. Woman's up to something.
Yeah, she got some plot going
The
on.
prosecution will break her down in no time when I put her in the witness box. I haven't got much to go on, have I? The fact is, I've got nothing.
He knows something, though. This guy knows.
I'll take it from here.
Take what? You on leave, my son?
Give me a match, Miss Plimsoll. Did you hear me? A match?
Oh, man got swag. And he know he not supposed to be doing that. Oh, they put my boy in the big house. Free my dog. Free my dog on a t-shirt for this dude right now. Right, meow.
We want to circulate a photograph on the chance that someone did see you leaving Mrs. French on your way home.
Looks like Humphrey Bogart. I love it.
I want to read you a portion of the evidence of Janet McKenzie, the housekeeper.
Oh, that girl didn't like him anyways.
How did you meet your wife, Mr. Vole?
In Germany in 1945. It's rather funny. The very first time I saw her, the ceiling fell right in on me.
This way, I may.
It slightly reminds me of the scene from Blazing Saddles where they have like the German girl come in and sing.
Again and again, they promise to move.
Go home.
What? How times were different when a girl with an accordion can set you off? You know what I mean? These guys see her with an accordion just killing it. Look at that.
If you won't show him, I will.
Oh, no. I thought he meant showing his legs like as a joke. You can't do that, baby. You can't do that. Oh, no. It's the fuzz. Beat off, everyone. Or not beat off, but buzz off. Oh, my God. Where'd he go to? Where'd he sneak off to? Oh, yeah. He need to go back with his drink.
How about a cup of coffee? I've got a tin of coffee.
How much?
Well, I don't know. What's the rate of exchange?
Depends whether it's fresh coffee or powdered coffee
It's
or...
instant coffee.
Oh,
Where do you live?
nearby.
Oh, they get along. They get along real cute. I like that.
No, not that chair. It holds up the beam and that holds up half the ceiling. You better sit down on the cot.
The cot?
It seems a bit forward.
No, tonight was bad. But it's getting better.
Oh, she's heating up some romance in that pot right there, baby. How do you make instant coffee? I don't know. You just put the powder with the water? Like hot chocolate? Oh, that's cute. He takes his with a little sugar. Oh, little sugar. Oh,
Is that a
that's
fair rate of exchange?
Very fair.
oh, it's gonna cost you, is what he said.
I may never go home anymore.
Oh my gosh. Might need to now.
Are you all right?
Yes, I think so. My head aches a little.
Imagine somebody just walk into your house and just break your ceiling.
Never, ever, ever, for any reason, ever tell a homeowner that their roof is damaged.
She okay with it though?
How say you, Leonard Stephen Vaux? Are you guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Oh, all
Members
right.
of the jury.
It's tough because he's the only suspect that we have. I mean, it's him, it's the lady that lived there, the little housemaid lady, and his wife as suspects. Also, let me get a wig like that, man. Just like that. Puff up my hair a little bit. Little curls and everything.
What's up, big perm? Big worm?
And it is the case for the prosecution that the blow was dealt by the prisoner, Leonard Vaux.
That's not true. I didn't do it.
All right.
Among the witnesses, you will hear police evidence, also the evidence of Mrs. French's housekeeper, Janet Mackenzie.
Everybody's here to point out the fact that he did it, but I don't think this would be a movie if he did it. I think it was the wife.
Be a good, brave boy, Sir Wilfrid.
Miss Plimsoll, it may interest you to know that I am descended from a warrior family which traces its brave past back to Richard the Lion-Hearted.
That shot, boy.
Let me see it, please. My learned patient is not
You got
about
some whiskey in there, doesn't he?
substituting brandy for cocoa. It is cocoa. So sorry.
If you were a woman, Miss Plimsoll, I would strike you.
Oh my God.
Excitement. Yes, doctor, yes.
What's your temper? Keep your voice and your blood
He
pressure
does
down.
have one.
Doctor, I should quite say what was the pills.
Is it your opinion that the assailant, whether he, she, or it, had taken Mrs. French by surprise?
My lord, I am taken by surprise that my learned friend should attempt to solicit from the witness an opinion and not a fact.
Oh, got him. Oh, he be catching people slipping. That's why he's good.
In your experience, Inspector, when burglars, or burglaresses, break into a house, do they leave without taking anything?
Typically not.
No, sir.
What test did the laboratory make?
First, to determine if the stains were made by human blood.
And was the blood of a particular group or type?
Yes, sir. It is type O.
Who has
Did
type
you
O?
subsequently test the blood of the dead woman? What type was that?
The same.
But he cut himself, so maybe he has type O blood.
Did you examine the prisoner's blood, Inspector?
No, sir.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
I have here a certificate stating that Leonard Stephen Vole is a blood donor and that his blood is Group O.
What we say? What are we saying? What are we saying?
Call Janet Mackenzie.
Janet Mackenzie.
Janet Mackenzie.
This lady don't like this dude. What if she's in on it too? It's always the clumsy ones. You're like, oh. Boy, just drink nothing but brandy.
As I passed the sitting room, I heard the prisoner in there talking to Mrs. French.
No, it wasn't
No,
me.
that
It
wasn't him.
my fault.
He was home at 9:26.
Aye, the pattern was on a shelf in my room next to my clock, so I saw the time. And it was 9:25.
Sorry, folks. We interrupt your regularly scheduled program for a beer review. We have Wasatch Brewery Black O Lantern. It is a pumpkin stout. One of my favorites. I've had it plenty of times, and I still have a number of pumpkin beers in my fridge to hold me through the dark season of non-pumpkin beers. So let's crack this open. I'll have a sip, and we'll get back to it. Oh, you hear that? Once you pop, the fun don't stop. Oh, it's chocolatey, it's pumpkin-y, it's coffee-y. It's exactly what you want out of a good pumpkin stout. But never mind this. You guys go get these when they're out and they're usually available around August or October. For the meantime, let's get back to the movie.
I went into the sitting room then to see if the mistress wanted anything. And there she was, dead, and everything tossed hither and thither.
My lord, I must object. What Mrs. French knew or did not know is pure conjecture on Janet Mackenzie's part.
Tell him.
Thank you. That concludes my examination.
Oh, you ain't done yet? You ain't done yet? Yeah, you ain't out of there.
Get your fat ass back here.
Whereas in the new will, except for a bequest to you of a small annuity, the principal beneficiary is the prisoner Leonard Vole.
It'll be a wicked injustice if he ever touches a penny of that money.
What makes you say the man's voice was Leonard Vole's?
I know his voice well enough.
The door was closed, was it not?
Aye, that's so.
Like, how do you know no?
It was not the television.
Oh, why not?
Because the television was away being repaired that week. That's why.
Oh.
Did you apply to the National Health Insurance for a hearing aid?
How does he know
Yes,
this?
I did.
Did you get it?
No, not yet.
And you are willing to swear that you could distinguish the voice of the prisoner Leonard Vole?
Do you know if there's a coffee shop around here? Oh, you're deaf. Okay, thank you. Love you. She's deaf, you bitch.
No further questions.
Wow, got him.
Christine.
She just walked past him.
Did he, in fact, return at 9:25?
She's gonna say no. Yeah, she's gonna say
He
no.
returned at 10 minutes past 10.
Christine, what are you saying? It's not true. You know it's not true.
Oh, she about to raise his blood pressure, bro. Come on now.
It was not because he was your husband and you loved him.
I never loved him.
Oh, damn, son.
That he had blood on the sleeves of his coat and that he said to you, I have killed her.
That don't make no sense, though. Like, that don't make no sense. Like, who burglarized then?
And now today you've told us a new story entirely. The question is, Frau Helm, were you lying then? Are you lying now? Or are you not, in fact, a chronic and habitual liar?
Woo! Woo! Boy, take your blood pressure medicines. Yo, you need to take your medicines, dog. We haven't proved anything. Man, I feel for my man's right there. He needs all the emo music right now.
It's the first murder trial I've ever been to. It's terrible.
Leonard Stephen Vole, did you or did you not, on the night of October the 14th last, murder Emily Jane French?
I did not.
Thank you, that will be all.
On the afternoon of October the 8th, were you or were you not in a travel agency in Regent Street? And did you or did you not make inquiries about prices and schedules of foreign cruises?
Well, supposing I did.
And yet you came to this particular travel agency with a clinging brunette. My lord, the young lady was so described to me. She was very affectionate.
Pause. Okay, let's stop for a second. Usually in the last 30 minutes of murder mysteries, it takes on a whole new life, a whole new meaning. Just these new revelations, they begin to happen. And all the pieces slowly that are scattered across the table, they begin to come together and it takes shape of what the picture is. But the last 30 minutes is like when everything comes together. So for me, the only brunette that we've seen so far is the lady who was crying above the nurse, right? She was crying. Why was she crying? Like there was no other person crying. She's probably the brunette that this person's talking about. And in this case, whether he did do it or didn't do it, he perhaps was cheating on his wife, which is why he might not have been home, or I don't really know, but I think he was cheating on his wife. I think the wife knew. I think that this was all a setup, that she killed the lady who died. That's the only thing that I can think of now that they bring this up. But I don't think the two are connected, actually. And I don't think he did kill. I think he had intentions on, again, asking the lady for money who died, and perhaps so that way he could travel, go on a vacation, go on a cruise with this woman that he is cheating on his wife with. That is the lady that's in the courtroom who's crying because she's crying that maybe, she loves him probably, or has some sort of infatuation with him. I've never seen this, but I'm just going to put together a few pieces. That's just what I have concluded. Let's watch the rest of this. Who do I think did it, though? I really think the wife killed Miss French, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot more twists and turns. And I almost think that Janet was in on it. Not Janet. Yeah, the housekeeper. I almost think that she was in on it, or maybe everybody's in on it just to try and get Homegirl's money. That could be a thing too. Who knows? I do think the wife had the most to do with this. We'll see.
Look, I was in a pub, and I met this girl. I don't even remember her name now. We had a couple of drinks, and we walked out together. So we went in just for fun, and I started asking for folders. But it was just putting on an act.
An act?
Oh, yeah, we just trying to front.
It was make-believe and childish, but it was fun, and I enjoyed it. I don't even know why I still call her my wife. She must have been lying or out of her mind.
She seemed remarkably sane and self-possessed. You killed Emily French.
No, I didn't. I didn't do it. I didn't kill her. I never killed anybody. God, it's like a nightmare.
He'd have cracked if he did it. My mans didn't do it.
Cuz do not deserve to be in jail. Cuz free my nigga. Cuz fuck the police.
Do you think she lied?
Well, don't you?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I am. She lied. Whether she called it mine or perjury, she lied. The only question in my mind is why? What's her game? What is she up to? What?
Ominous.
Yes?
Is this Sir Wilfred Robarts' place?
Oh, yes, it is.
Let me talk to the old geezer.
And what I've got to sell him, believe me, he'll want to buy. It's got to do with that Leonard Vole.
Leonard Vole?
This is Wilfred Robarts speaking. Now, what is this all about?
Well, hello, Ducky.
You better get on over here and bring plenty of money.
How does he know he's looking for her? How does he know that that's the person? How does he know?
You wouldn't be Sir Wilfred, would you?
I would.
Did you bring any money?
What is it you have, madam?
Letters. Letters that German wife of his wrote. Well, as I say, I don't expect you to buy without seeing, but fair's fair.
£40.
All right, blast you. Here, take 'em. Nice little lot there.
How do we know these are from Mrs. Vole?
Oh, she wrote 'em all right. It's all fair and square. Juicy, ain't they? There's one coming up that's even better.
How did you get hold of these?
What difference does it make so long as she gets what's coming to her?
What have you got against her?
Want to kiss me, Ducky?
She burned her?
Christine Vole did that to you.
Not her. The chap I was going with, he was a bit younger than me, but I loved him.
I'm deeply sorry, deeply sorry. We'll make it another...
We still don't know how you got the letters.
Holding out on me, were you?
Let me find out she was in love with this guy, and he's the one who cut her face. He don't kill nobody, but he could stab somebody. These are juicy, though. Get these Jerry Springer letters in here, boy.
That letter's a forgery. It isn't even my letter paper.
It isn't?
No. I write my letters on small blue paper with my initials on it.
Oh, like those ones.
Like this?
Got him?
Got him! Got him!
Wilfred the Fox. That's what we call him, and that's what he is.
Oh, she did say she would be acting with fake tears.
If you have already...
Oh, she got real tears. Holy shit.
The jury is just coming back.
You're not worried about the verdict, are you?
It's not their judgment that worries me. It's mine.
There's no way he defended this guy and he did it the whole time.
Do you find the prisoner at the bar, Leonard Stephen Vole, guilty or not guilty of the murder of Emily Jane French?
Not guilty, my lord.
Ooh, okay.
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there. Now what?
You are hereby discharged and are free to leave the court.
We have no questions answered, and it's the last 10 minutes. What's going to happen?
Thank you, Sir Wilfred. Thank you for everything. You were wonderful. Yes, let's go quickly before they change their mind.
Why would they do that? Here now. What's going on?
Let me finish the last of the cocoa while I'm still beyond her jurisdiction.
He wants to finish his brandy, boy.
Well, let me tell you something. You didn't do it alone. You had help. That gave me the idea.
What idea?
And that you should expose me as a vicious liar, because only then would they believe Leonard was innocent.
What?
So now you know the whole story, Sir Wilfred.
She wrote the letters. They were fake?
I'll give you something to dream about, mister. Wanna kiss me, Ducky?
That was her.
I suspected something, but not that. And all those blue letters.
Took me hours to write them, to invent Max. There never was a Max. No, Sir Wilfred, you do not understand at all. I knew he was guilty.
What?
What the fuck is going on?
That can't be so.
Leonard came home a few minutes past 10. He did have blood on his sleeves. He did tell me he had killed a woman, only I could save him. He pleaded with me.
I told you she was an actress, and a good one. I knew she was going to do something for me, but I just didn't know what or how.
What?
I'm not cheap. I want everybody to get something out of this. Now, there's Janet McKenzie. We'll get her that new hearing aid.
Wow.
You don't know what I went through.
You don't give a shit about her.
During the trial. Oh, Len.
I told y'all. I told y'all. I done told y'all.
I'm not this girl. I'm his girl.
Woo.
Leonard, is this the girl who was with you in the travel bureau?
You knew it
The
was?
girl you said you hardly knew, didn't even know her name?
We've been going together for months, and we're going away on one of those cruises, just like they said in court. Tell her yourself, Len.
Yes, Len.
Tell
Tell
me.
me yourself.
Wow.
Diana, come along.
I don't care. Let them try me for perjury or an accessory
Oh, she's gonna kill him now.
or better yet.
What? And he's not gonna get off with a case. He's gonna take this case.
What happened? She killed him.
He can't go. He can't go to Bermuda now.
She executed him.
We are not going yet, are we?
I done knew it. I done knew it.
Thank you, Miss Plimsoll. We're appearing for the defense in the trial of Christine Vole.
Sir Wilfred, you've forgotten your brandy.
That girl knew the whole time. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Oh my goodness. All right. That had, let's recap. That had some twists and turns. Like, I never one second thought it was a guy because it's too obvious. Like, the whole point is you got somebody who you're trying to defend. Like, you don't, it's not him. But of course, all the evidence points to him, like the movie Scream. If you haven't seen the movie Scream, spoiler alert, I'm about to spoil it. It's Billy, and all the evidence points to Billy, but you're like, there's no way it can be Billy. And guess what? At the end of the movie, it's Billy. I'm not going to give you who the other killer is. I'll save that for a different breakdown. But yeah, what? Okay, so let's recap what we got right. I at least knew Homegirl was in on it somehow. She was somehow in on the plan. And I at least knew that Homegirl, who was crying up there, she's a brunette, even though this is black and white. You just put one and two together. That part was very easy. But everything else, it was there for you the whole time. And you want to deny that that's what it is because we're on his side. This is so cleverly written. My goodness, Agatha Christie is a genius. And like I said, they still do this play in a live courtroom, or not in a live courtroom, but in a stage courtroom that's like kept as original as this was. Man, I don't have enough good things. Did you get it? Did you get it out there? Did you figure it out? Were you like from day one, you're like, no, it has to be him. There's literally nobody else. And the crazy thing is, I should have known it was him based on our limited number of suspects. He had the motive. He had the opportunity. It's not going to be the old woman. That's, whatever is too heavy. And the only reason I thought it was his wife, Christine, was because you need somebody who's spry to be able to burglarize a place and to hold something semi-heavy. It can't be a little frail woman. I'm glad I was wrong that she wasn't in on it. She knew that he was up to no good since day one. Wow. Just so much wow when it comes to this. And it makes me want to go to the UK one day and go see this performed live. Wow. But just, yes. Did you, if you got it, drop it in the comments. If you got part of it, drop what you got in the comments. Any of your theories that you had along, drop it in the comments. And I'm telling you, they don't make them like this no more. This is, and I know there was a couple. I don't even want to watch the remakes of it. I probably will one day. But how are you going to top this? It's so great. It's so great. Even with the brutality of the killing at the end, you don't need to see a whole blood, splat or whatever. This ain't a horror movie. You need to know that somebody died. Somebody got shanked. Man, what an incredible movie. I really enjoy this. I highly enjoy this. I'm happy I figured out the bits I did. I'm happy that I didn't figure out the bits I did, because that's why I love to watch murder mysteries. I love to be surprised. And sometimes I'm not always surprised. And then sometimes it happens where I'm halfway surprised, and I'm so happy that I can still not guess who it is at the end of the day. So yeah, lovely. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for checking this out. I know it's not normally a movie that you'd watch, but I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you hanging with me, just watching this movie. And if you like this, go ahead and check out my other reactions to Hercule Poirot films, or the newer ones. Check out my breakdowns of Gosford Park and Evil Under the Sun now that it's up. And yeah, let's do this again soon. Happy New Year to y'all. And let's have an amazing year. I appreciate every view, every like, every comment. Thank y'all out there. Feel free to follow me, Money Blakeweather, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, wherever you guys want to follow me at. That's perfectly fine. I'll add y'all and we could talk all about movies. And whether you're watching this morning, evening, afternoon, I appreciate you. And until the next case, I'll see you. Peace.